Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Diva Talk, episode 2. I am Niasha and I am a woman confidence and empowerment coach. See, Chrys-Ann makes me a bit a bit nervous. We have with us today Mrs. Chrys-Ann Ambrose, all the way from Antigua. And Chrys-Ann is a certified purpose life coach, and she's a motivational speaker and a best-selling author. Chrys-Ann, thank you so much for honoring me with being here today on Diva Talk.
Girl, it's an honor to be a part of your Diva Talk today. Thank you so much for having me, and welcome. I should say greetings, everybody, from warm, sunny, and hot Antigua.
Yay! Oh, is it hot? It's cold here in the UK. So, ladies, before we get into the meat and two veg of this matter, please do let us know where you are joining us from. Let us know that you are hearing us and seeing us all right across all social media. Girl, I'm live streaming on YouTube, on Facebook. I am trying. Oh, hello, Tiffany. Tiffany is joining us. So please share this up because Chrys-Ann is a dynamic woman. And I know that she has a lot of nuggets that she will be sharing with us today on Diva Talk. So, madam, let's get this started. Who is a Chrys-Ann Ambrose?
Well, listen, the way how you introduced me and talking about how I make you nervous, you would think that you'd be speaking about Michelle Obama or what's her name there, Oprah Winfrey, but I am just ordinary Chrys-Ann Ambrose hailing from the beautiful island of Antigua. I am a life coach. I am a certified purpose coach, best-selling author, and what else am I? See, you're not the only person who gets nervous, Niasha. But yes, I'm a best-selling author. And it's my purpose really to help women figure out what their purpose is, their God-given gifts and abilities, how to help them figure out what their sabotaging habits are, and how to eliminate them, and also how to set a life plan or game plan, a winning life plan or game plan in place. So that's what I do. That's what my mission is. And listen, I'm not totally assigned to women, but women, that's my special calling.
Oh, yeah, I do. We have that in common where we try to empower women and get them. Can you, Chrys-Ann, we're having a bit of feedback on your end. If you can just lower your volume so that the woman can get everything.
Okay. Is that better, Niasha? Or you need me to lower it a little more?
Lower it a little bit more for us so that we can.
Okay. Any lower, I'm not going to be able to hear a word you're saying.
Okay, let's
okay.
leave it at. Let's leave it at.
Sorry about that.
I want to kick off with mental health. Yesterday was Mental Health Day, and I want to kick off with that because I know that's something that you are passionate about, and you have spoken about going through, having different people telling you different things that has played in your mental health. And in your bio, you said people are telling you are ugly, you are skinny, you are dumb. Even a teacher telling you you're a vegetable. Yes. How did you cope? How did you get yourself to the point now where you are this dynamic, empowered woman that you are?
Well, to be quite honest with you, Niasha, it took a lot of work because you cannot expect to be pounding this negative information into somebody's head from the time that they're able to understand you. Specifically, if you are their legitimate source in terms of like the person whose word you think is gospel, whether it comes in the form of a teacher, a parent, a pastor, or whatever it is. So then, your words define who you are. The words that people put on you and what you expect, that defines who you are. So what I had to do like 10 to 12 years ago, that's when the change started in my life. I was actually introduced to a business, and we weren't just taught how to make money and how to make the business work for us. We were assigned mentors. Not just mentors, we were assigned books that we had to read monthly. Every month there was a book of the month, and these were positive mental attitude books and also CDs that we had to listen to. So with the amount of positivity that was just being channeled into my mindset. It's like you had to eat, drink, and sleep this stuff. And don't forget that you were assigned a mentor who had to check in with you every day. So with all of the positivity coming at me left, right, and center, I didn't really have a choice but to start believing in myself eventually. I mean, it's just like I woke up one day and a funny thing happened. Everything that was spoken to me in a negative manner, it's like it just became obsolete. It became obsolete, and a funny thing happened. I just started believing in myself, and I decided, listen, if this is what this positive stuff is doing to me, I'm going to stick with it. People started to fall by the wayside. There were negative mentors, negative peers, negative friends, and sad to say, but negative family members as well. They had to go because they were also a part of the process and the pain. So it's not like you cut them off completely. You call them up every now and again. Hi, how you doing? How's the dog? How's the cat? Okay, just checking you. Okay, bye. Because you have to make sure that these people do not constantly infect you with their negativity. Once your mindset starts rewiring itself from negativity to positivity, you have to make sure that you stay within the positive confines of life when it comes to your mentors, the things you listen to, the books you read, the videos that you speak. And that is where my journey began. And because I noticed that there was such a great change within me, my kids realized it, my peers realized it, my husband realized it. I said, listen, any woman going through what I had gone through in my life for all of those decades, I'm assigning myself to them as long as they would have me.
Good. Good. And that's something which, I say to women all the time. Before we continue, let's just acknowledge we have a lot of women in the room. We have Janine. Hi, Janine. We have Roslyn. We have Suzanne. We have Lydia. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Please do share this out so that other women could come in and get all the nuggets that our guest Chrys-Ann is sharing with us today. Chrys-Ann, I know something that is very important to you is living your life purpose, waking up every day and living your life purpose and passion. When and how did you know that this is my purpose? This is what I'm meant to be doing?
I'm going to tell you, honestly speaking, and ladies, listen to me. Not everyone blooms in their 20s and 30s. I'm a late bloomer. I just turned 50 last week. And to be quite honest with you, I only found my calling like 10 to 12 years ago. And this is the thing that I want people to understand, that because you're not sure what your purpose is at this point, that does not negate the fact that you have a purpose. Because one of the things that I believed for years was that I would never amount to anything. Guess where I got that information from? I was fed that lie for years. You understand? So do not negate the fact that you do have a purpose and you do have a calling. Maybe you're as old as I am, maybe you're older, maybe you're younger than I am, and you're still trying to find out what that purpose is, because the life that you're living is not, you just know that that is not your purpose. And listen to me, I could be speaking to professionals right now in the house, persons who have been, I don't know, maybe a CEO or a CFO for decades, and you're doing a marvelous job at maybe a Fortune 500 company. And you know within yourself that, listen, this is not my calling. This is not how I want to spend the rest of my life. It's okay. Because it doesn't mean that you'll never amount to anything. It doesn't mean that this is your lot in life and this is what you have to accept it as.
Okay, good. And talking about age, Chrys-Ann brought up age. Ladies, we have to wish Chrys-Ann a happy birthday. Because last week, Chrys-Ann was, do you mind if I say, well, you put it all on Facebook, so
I
I'll
put
say
it
it
all
all
out
time.
there.
Chrys-Ann is the fabulous age of 50. Last week, Chrys-Ann turned 50 and she celebrated in style. So happy birthday to you, Chrys-Ann, and wishing you 50 more years on this green earth. Chrys-Ann, you spoke about letting go of things, and I think that's something that you also teach people. I read in one of your books, and your second book which you wrote was Unique Pieces of the Masterpiece, perfectly designed for your purpose, a love letter to women. Tell us about this book, which I've read, I loved it. Tell us about it.
Okay, Unique Pieces of the Masterpiece was actually born out of a need that I realized that women have to believe in themselves, one, to know their worth and their value, and to stop sabotaging themselves the way that we do. You know, as women, that we have a lot of competition. We think, we look at each other, and listen, you can see the woman out there that you might think is the most confident being on the face of the earth, because she seems to have the dream job, the dream house, the dream car, the dream children or dream family. However, she's suffering on the inside. We don't know what anybody is going through. So we tend to be competing against each other. And one of the things I realize is that we should not be in competition against each other. We are a collaboration, and we form such a powerful force when we combine together, when we link hands, when we link fingers together to form this bond. So I wrote unique pieces of the masterpiece because of that reason. Additionally, I wanted persons to understand, women in particular, that we are like, if you look at a masterpiece, for example, if you will, a jigsaw puzzle, all of the pieces are cut out specifically to fit a specific slot. Piece A cannot fit into slot B because piece A was not designed for slot B. And too many times we try to cut ourselves out to be like the woman we admire. And we may admire that woman, but however, when we show face, when we meet up with this, like you look her up and down, turn up your nose, and we say bad things about her because we want to be in life where she is, and we are not, and we can't get there, and we just envy her. So it is just a way of letting women know that you are specifically designed for your specific purpose and for your slot within the masterpiece. And women, we need each other. We do need each other. So we cannot afford to be in competition with each other. We have to form a powerful collaboration. And when we do that, then we make that beautiful masterpiece. And listen to me, when it comes to your purpose, what you are called for, stop trying to fit into Niasha's purpose because you don't know what your purpose is. Because here's the thing, you waste time trying to fit into her slot when somebody needs you for your purpose. So if you don't know what your purpose is, one of the things that I tell people to do all of the time, try new things. You don't know if you're going to like something new, because we just have this thing about being a habit-based and creatures of habit. This is what I do every day from 9 to 5, and from 5 to 9 until bedtime. This is what I do. And oh no, I don't think that I would like scuba diving. No, I don't think that I would like cooking. No, I don't think that I would like public speaking. Question: how you know? How do you know? Have you ever tried it? So we have to be trying different things to figure out and to find out what our purpose is. And unique pieces of the masterpiece will help you with that as well, in terms of finding the things that you are good at. Here's another thing. In unique pieces of the masterpiece, I speak about, if you see something, say something. Because Niasha could be looking for her purpose, and I could be sitting on the sidelines and thinking, wow, Niasha is such a good advisor when it comes to giving women advice and leading them in the right direction and teaching them how to monetize their purpose. And she doesn't even see it. But then because I am bad-minded, I'm going to sit on the sidelines and, oh, I'm not even going to tell her anything because she's just going to run away with it. If you see something, say something, because you may be the person to point out somebody's purpose and vice versa. There's greatness within all of us.
There is greatness in all of us. Something else I know that you spoke about in the book, and something that you live daily, is living an intentional life, which is something as well as very close to my heart. What would you say to women? How do you wake up? I have my way of waking up and living an intentional life, which may not work for everybody. How do you wake up every day and ensure that you rule your day and your day doesn't rule you?
That's a very good question. And here is the thing. You cannot determine how your day is going to go, in terms of, like, okay, what I'm trying to say is, don't allow the day to determine how your day is going to go. There are things that we can't control. Things may happen in life that cause us to be sad, to be depressed, to be upset. However, I am a firm believer that what you put in your mind the first thing in the morning, your first habits, your first practices in the morning, I think that's just how it's going to dictate how your day goes. For example, I get out of bed, I meditate, then I pray, I have my morning devotions, I connect with my creator. And that's how I start my day. And to me, that actually sets the pace for the day. If I know that I have a way of just nitpicking everything Listen, you have got to put things in place in order to defeat the enemy that defeats you on a daily basis. If I know I have a habit with just basically looking for the negativity in everything, I better start my day by listening to a positive mental attitude CD or a video or something. So this is how we determine how our day goes, how our day starts. We are not in full control of what will happen. You are not, but then you actually can determine the outcome of how you're going to deal with it based on your attitude and your mindset.
Yeah, I normally say mindset is everything. And a lot of people say that mindset is everything. As a coach, how would you advise women to make sure that their mindset, because a lot of the times we wait until something happens. If you're a Christian, you wait until something happens and you say, oh God. If you're a positive thinker, you wait until something happens to try and raise your vibration. And I believe that you should be prepared, not in a way that, okay, something will happen, but we live in a world and we cannot control what goes on in the outskirts of this world. As a coach and a motivational speaker, how would you tell women to prepare themselves so that if something happens, when it happens, they have something to stand on?
Well, first of all, I do not make it a habit to tell people, oh, always be looking out for the evil, always be looking out for something bad. And if something is going good for too long, that, ooh, Niasha, can I have a glass of rosé wine, please? Give it to me. Come on, give it.
Girl, girl.
Listen, anticipate that you're going to be having a good day. However, one of the success habits that I teach, and let me tell you, success habits, those are the things that are going to determine if you are successful in life or not. So it's a matter of building success habits so that when something happens, you don't automatically switch. Oh dear, I knew the good stuff was not going to last for too long. And oh dear, let me go sit and make me on my pity pot and go rock back and forth and start crying. No. One of the things that I teach people is to always be solution focused. Always build that habit of being solution focused so that a problem comes along. The first thing you don't run and do is, oh, no problem. No, the first thing you look at, oh, problem. Okay, you know you are base for a little while, but then get into the habit of getting back on base, because once you start panicking, you can't think straight. Get into the habit of being solution focused. Oh, okay, there's a problem. Okay, let me see how best we can work around this problem. Let me see how best we can deal with this problem. Let me see how best I can come up with a solution to fix that problem. And then you come up with the solution. And then after you come up with the solution, you look at the solution and the problem and you say, okay, well, we fixed that. Now, what did I learn from this problem? Very important. So you should always be in a mode of being solution focused. Always be looking for and focusing on the solution. Don't focus on the problem, but be solution focused. Be calm and assertive, and always learn. Always look for a lesson to learn from the problem and the solution that you came up with.
Oh, very, very good advice. For those of you ladies who are just joining us, welcome to Diva Talk. Diva Talk episode 2. And Diva Talk is a talk show where empowered women empower women. And today, my empowered guest, my empowered woman, I'm so happy to welcome her and to have. I feel honored actually, because Chrys-Ann Ambrose is joining me all the way from the sunny island of Antigua. Those of us up here in the US and in the UK, we are very jealous. We are very jealous. Chrys-Ann is a certified purpose life coach, a motivational speaker, best-selling author, company trainer, and all of that jazz. Chrys-Ann also hosts an annual, and I'm saying annual because we did it this year, even though COVID stopped me from going. And Chrys-Ann knows I had a good few days crying, crying that the doctor said you ain't going nowhere. But Chrys-Ann, you run, and we sort of teamed up, if that's fair to say, on this event this week, this year. Tell us does this events like this bring? How does it bring women together, and what is your purpose for doing those events that you do?
Okay. Recharge Body, Mind, and Spirit is my annual women's conference, and this is a day that I say to women, turn down your pot. You ain't cooking today. Listen, women just basically do everything. Work, home, kids, school, church, every single thing. You need to find a day or take a day out to recharge. Now, you come to my conferences and it's for an entire day from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. That is your day, one day out of every year. And then we have speakers like Nyasha was supposed to be here this year. I missed you so dearly, Nyasha. We really, really wish that you were on board. However,
damn you,
nice to meet you.
COVID-19.
We have amazing speakers. I have a speaker who comes in and speaks about the body. Remember, I said it's body, mind, and spirit. So in most cases, we have a doctor who will come in and speak to women about their bodies. This year, it was mental health and women taking care of their mental health. We also had somebody who came in to speak about financial health in women. And then, of course, I step in and I speak about the mind, getting your mindset right. And also, we have somebody who comes in and they speak about the spiritual recharge as well. And we speak about the importance of women taking this day to actually recharge, because the women, ladies, when you're all spent out, when you give, you need a boost, you need a recharge. So I have women come into the conference, they come in, they're drained, they're frustrated, they're fed up, they have house issues, and by the time they leave in the afternoon, I send them back home to their husbands, their spouses, their children. I send them back home recharged. And it's not just about learning tips and me plying you with motivational information. We do it in a very entertaining atmosphere. We have men serenading the women, we have giveaways, we have games, we have fashion entertainment, we have all of these wonderful things that women enjoy. And of course, there's a 3-course lunch included. And of course, morning snacks, the whole shebang. So basically, you get more than a bang for your buck. You get a whole day's recharge that will just have you regurgitating the stuff out of your mind for weeks to come after recharge body, mind, and spirit.
Okay, good. Well,
Okay,
I'm looking forward to being there at Recharge in 2021, COVID or not. Chrys-Ann, you are known for Operation Game Plan, girl, and that was your first book, which you wrote a couple years ago, and it was called Operation Game Plan. I don't have that one. Girl, you need to send me my copy, because you know I like paper books, and it's only available. I have it on Kindle, but I need my paper. Just saying. You have Operation Game Plan, and it's how to overcome habits that hinder you from succeeding in life. And that is something I'm sure you're aware that I just co-wrote a book, Girl, Get Out of Your Way, which is along the similar lines of, women and getting out of their way and, setting habits that would make them empowered women. I know that you have gone back to that sort of theme on topic, and you're working on something in the lab around that. Tell us, what is that particular book about, and how would it help women to empower themselves?
Okay, with Operation Game Plan, what I realized is after I started mentoring like 10 years. Oh, did you? Okay, right. I realized that if you don't have a game plan in place for your life, one will be put in place for you by circumstances, your boss, or whatever. And I call that the default game plan. That is the default game plan. If you don't put a plan in place for your life, one will be put in place for you. So it's not a matter of just sitting there and thinking, oh, one day my ship will come in. Or, oh, one day I'll get it right. One day things will work out right. One day may not come. Because living your life without a game plan is just like, how should I say, jumping into a boat and say, oh, wow, I'm going to Barbados on this boat. However, the boat does not have a sail. It does not have oars. It does not have an engine. It doesn't have anything. You're just depending on the boat to just drift and take you to Barbados. And maybe you may end up in Barbados, however, it's highly unlikely that you will not. So I wrote Operation Game Plan so that persons would understand that they need to put a winning game plan in place for their lives. Now, additionally, I listed some of the sabotaging habits, the self-sabotaging habits that persons actually use to keep themselves, and they don't realize that they're keeping themselves from moving forward in life. Things like low self-esteem, procrastination, constantly making excuses. I call it excusitis. Wrong identity. You may accept an identity of, oh, nothing good will ever happen to me. I'll never amount to anything much in life. And these are the things that we actually use. These are the habits that we actually perform on a daily basis, unbeknownst to us. And that is what keeps us from moving ahead. So I wrote Operation Game Plan to set the record straight that almost nothing apart from time moves ahead without a game plan. So that was the whole idea of Operation Game Plan.
Okay, well, you know me. I plan everything. I dot every I. I dot every I. I cross every T. If there are three most important things that you would say to women when it came, because a lot of the women who are watching us are entrepreneurs, there are mothers, this is COVID time and everybody's just trying to look after themselves. What 3 top tips would you give to women when it comes to getting that operation game plan in order?
Okay, number one. Let me just note. Okay, number one, remember, now is the time. You have to put that plan in place. Time flies, but you are the pilot. And time, people say time is money. Let me tell you, time ain't nothing like money. At least with money, when you spend it, you have the option of getting a refund. Once time is gone, it is gone. So number one, realize that you got to do it now. Number two, nothing moves ahead without a plan. So don't even think that you're going to live your dream life without putting a plan of action in place. Number three, you have got to not only set the goal, but you've also got to take action. Be consistent and be intentional. So you have to understand that, you can't just say, okay, I've set a game plan, it's going to work. Hello, maybe I have a car. The car ain't driving itself. I have got to get behind the wheel and drive it. So too, you've got to understand that you have to set the game plan in place and you have to actually drive the game plan, whether there are obstacles or not. And in the book, we speak about obstacles and overcoming obstacles as well. So those are the 3 top tips that I would give any woman to start out with.
Oh, good. Excellent. Now, I know from experience, and I'm sure you may have experienced this. Sometimes you have all the game plan together and your mental health, and I'm going back to mental health because I know it's a very important topic to you and to me and to a lot of the women. It's a taboo subject. So, girl, if you and I can talk about it, let's talk about it. Sometimes you have the game plan, you have it ready, and you wake up and you are not in that mental health space to get that game plan going. Any advice for someone in that position?
Of course. Let me tell you. And this is why I say that mentors and coaches are very, very important. Because listen, you're not always going to feel like being great every single day. Now, nothing is wrong if you decide to take a break. Because listen, there are times, let's be realistic, we're human beings. There are times when life happens and it just basically knocks you off kilter. And for you to force yourself at that particular time to get up and be doing something, it may work for some people, but there are times when you just need to take a break. However now, if you fall off the horse or you decide to dismount from the horse, do not stay dismounted for too long, because habit is going to kick in and you're just going to get all comfortable in your comfort zone. I speak about the comfort zone in Operation Game Plan. So additionally, you're going to need to have an accountability partner and a coach for the days when you feel emotional, because you're going to need to get this person in your corner to help push you when you don't feel like doing it. In essence, you need to have somebody who is not going to be emotional on the days that you are emotional. So, like I said, it's okay if you just want to take a break. Sometimes we need to take a break. However, you're going to need somebody there to push you and prod you and say, okay, all right, you're dismounted long enough. Time to jump back up on the horse and time to get going. There are going to be times as well when you meet an obstacle and you're going to feel like giving up. Obstacles could be so big. You're going to need a mentor again to assist you with breaking through that wall. And we did a boot camp a couple of months ago called Breaking Through Walls Boot Camp, and I spoke about the different types of walls. There are some walls that you can actually break through. However, there are some walls that you're just going to have to climb over because you can't break through them, or just walk right around them. So this is why it's so important for you to have your mentors, or accountability partner to assist you while you are working your game plan.
Exactly. And there's something I say. I give myself a time to have a pity party. I set an alarm, and after 2 hours, I give myself 2 hours. I don't know why. And after that 2 hours, doesn't matter how I feel, I have to just get up and get it going. And it's good that you said to women, it's okay not to be okay sometime. And because something that I live my life by is there's no shame in falling down, but when it's in getting up, it's in not getting up. So thank you very much for that. If you're just joining us, welcome to Diva Talk episode 2. And today, my empowered woman guest is Mrs. Chrys-Ann Ambrose, all the way from Antigua. She's a certified purpose life coach, motivational speaker, and a best-selling author. And I just want you to join me in thanking Chrys-Ann for joining us this week, taking time off her busy schedule to join us. Chrys-Ann, any final words? We are here to empower, motivate, encourage, and inspire the women who are either watching this live or who would catch the replay across all our social media. Girl, tell these ladies something that they need to know. Right, let's just double check. I don't know. Chrys-Ann has disappeared. Give me 2 seconds and...
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened, but girl, the joys of live streaming and social media.
Yeah, definitely.
We are back.
Yeah, but definitely, ladies, let me tell you something. You are worth it. And let me tell you, you have got purpose within you. Go out and find out what that purpose is. I don't know what you got to do. Hire a purpose coach, hire a life coach, something, read some books, whatever it is. But let me tell you something. You may know what your purpose is, but you may be afraid to launch forth. Let me tell you this. There's somebody that needs your help. Somebody needs your purpose, and they're sitting and they're waiting on you. And I'm speaking to every single woman, because I don't want you to think that, oh, I'll never amount to anything. You're like, no, not me. I'll never be great. Hey, I said that 10, 12 years ago. Look at where I'm at now. To be quite honest with you, I've spoken on stages all over the world, to include the Middle East, in the Caribbean, the United States, the United Kingdom, the Middle East. And I'm not stopping there. Let me tell you, know your worth, know that you have purpose, know that someone is waiting on you. Number 2, guys, let me tell you, take the time out to recharge. There's an airplane passing over. I'm sorry. I hope that's not going to be disturbing everybody. I live close to the airport on this tiny island of Antigua. Take the time to always recharge, because you can only do so much for so many people. You've got to recharge for you as well. And number 3, we are not in competition with anybody. We don't do competition. We do collaboration. You understand? And help a sister up. If you see something great about a sister, tell that sister something great about herself. It could be, you're such an amazing mother. You know how many of us mothers need to hear that? You know how many of us are doing a great job, and we don't think that we're doing a great job because we're saying something to our children and they're not hearing. They're going in the total opposite direction of where we're telling them to go. People like me, people like you, we all need to know that we're doing a good job. We all need to know that something good is within us. So if you see something great about a sister, say something. And no, ladies, I'm going to reiterate this again. You are dynamic. You are built for a purpose. You are needed. You are a VIP. Find the VIP in you. I don't know how else better to say that. Find a new identity. You are a very, you're a VVIP. You're a very, very important person. And I love you all. Nyasha, thank you so much for having me. It's been a joy.
Thank you so much for being here. Finally, Chrys-Ann, what's your handles? How can these women connect with you so that they can get a bit more than 40 minutes of you being on here?
Okay, definitely. I am on Facebook. Listen, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but I am really a Facebook person. So you can get me on Facebook at Chrys-Ann Ambrose. And then, of course, you can always go over to my business page, which is Chrysalis Success Transformation. But check me out on Chrys-Ann Ambrose first. You can always send me a message. I'm always available there. Additionally, you can drop me an email at chris.ambrose, Chrys, Chris with a Y, Chrys.ambrose@gmail.com. And I'm also, you can also check me out on my website, which is ChrysAnnAmbrose.com. ChrysAnnAmbrose.com.
Right. I know that was a mouthful. Girl, I would put all the links to all your social media and how to contact you in the comments and also in the description of this video across social media. Chrys-Ann, thank you so much. I know you're quite busy and you've taken the time to honor my invitation and to be here this evening. And also,
girl, the honor was all mine, honey.
to all the ladies who have joined us, we have Tiffany who joined us on YouTube. This is live on YouTube as well. As the girl, check me out. I'm trying to do the multi-streaming business. And to all of you who have stuck with us on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us, ladies. If you have any questions or anything, please do just put it down in the comments, and Chrys-Ann and myself would go back and have a look, and we would answer you as much as we could. So, lady, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for being here. Go and get Mr. Ambrose dinner ready. Go and get Mr. Ambrose ready. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Blessings. Take care, ladies. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So, ladies, now Chrys-Ann have gone. Thank you, ladies, for being here for the second episode of a Diva Talk, the show where empowered women empower women. I am Nyasha. I am a woman empowerment and confidence coach. I'm an author and a woman empowerment product producer. You can follow us across all social medias. I am Nyasha. Please do share this video out, because there were a lot of nuggets that were dropped there, and I'm sure that you have somebody, a mother, a sister, a friend, a girlfriend, who could do with it. Until next Sunday, same time, same place, remain fit, fierce, and fabulous, darlings. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.